everybody. Welcome back to the Urban Hermit Podcast. Cameron Jones here, along with my co-host,
Mark Nussle. Oh, wow.
Dramatic pause.
Jordan Jones. No, my throat. I had to clear my throat.
Oh, it's all for naught. It's like that part
I really just had to clear my throat.
It's like that part in Spaceballs when he's trying to read the ring.
You can read it? No, I just had to clear my throat.
Well, boys, to start it off, I did it again. Right after Thanksgiving, me and my wife exchanged some Christmas presents.
You already gave Christmas presents?
Yeah, almost immediately after Thanksgiving. And for
You just couldn't wait, or what?
Well, for new listeners,
excitement.
For new listeners, maybe who've not come across this, I have formed a bad habit of giving Christmas gifts weeks ahead of Christmas. But this year, it wasn't my fault. I forgot to mark the Amazon packages as presents, so they just showed up on our doorstep in the box, like they're regular old factory boxes. So the cat was out of the bag.
What do they do? You can mark them. I didn't even know you could mark them presents.
Yeah, well, you can pretty much do that year round just to make sure if it's going to someone, they'll like
a gift. Yeah,
they'll conceal it within an Amazon box. But spaced out, forgot to mark that, and Nicole came home. She's like, "What are these?"
The great thing is, it's going to be super easy to make reservations for New Year's since you're going to celebrate it on the 27th. Is that what we're training for?
Yeah,
I mean, money wise, that would make it.
Wait, so does that doesn't count then as the Christmas present? You got to get a new one.
You got to get new ones, and
You
guess
gotta
what?
get a new one.
Delivery is going to be tight.
Well, we already,
tight.
you know what? We already weren't doing presents this year, and I broke that, so I made her have to get me things. But we're doing experiences. We're gonna go do Christmassy things this year. Spend our money on that.
Nice.
Oh, you're missing one of the best things. It's probably not too late, but you're not seeing It's a Wonderful Life at the Music Box.
I did think about that. I don't know if I want to. I was going to see if maybe there's another local It's a Wonderful Life movie screening going on somewhere. I know that's a whole experience.
Listen, the answer is, of course there is. I think I could see it here in Iowa, but you want to see it at the music. I want to see it at the Music Box.
Yeah, I know. If you don't know, Music Box is in Chicago. It's a theater. They have an annual It's a Wonderful Life thing where you show up in sweaters and things, and there's an organ, and we play music, and Santa comes.
I don't know if this was a one-day event, but it almost feels like the Christmas version of Chicago, Ferris Bueller's Day Off Christmas version. Family was visiting us. I think in one day, we went to Chris Kingle Market, Zoo Lights, The Bagel, and saw It's a Wonderful Life.
In one day?
It must have been two, but in my head it was almost one.
I mean, even in two, that is still, you loaded it up.
I believe it was one weekend, because I think the lights were a separate day, because It's a Wonderful Life, unless you're doing that matinee.
I think we did.
Oh, then actually you might have done it all.
I planned the shit out of a day, and I don't think I get enough credit for this. And I know some of our listeners were part of it, so I don't think I'm getting enough credit for this.
Jordan, have you been to the new one at Wrigley, the new Chris Kindle Market? You can go on the field.
Oh, I never did the field, but I went to the.
It's really cool. It's a nice. It's not as big as the one that's downtown, but
I went to Wrigley, but the field's I think new last year, right?
Yeah, it's a new one. Listener
but
context.
It definitely seems like it makes it better.
Yeah, I mean, that's a cool feature. Listener context, Chris Kindle Mart. It's just like a Christmas pop-up that happens in Chicago every year,
A German Christmas
German, yeah. Well, I think you can summarize
You want to get your wooden clocks, you want to get your shiny pickles, Christmas ornaments.
They have these things, I don't know if they're probably German. It's like a bread that they put cheese on and like prosciutto, and you always see people walk away from the stand and they're steaming hot. Yeah. It looks awesome.
That's what I love about most cultures. All of them have their form of cheese on bread. Be it, flatbread, be it, a baguette. Everyone's got something.
Last time I went to the Christmas time celebration there, I got their hot cocoa. And they give you the option, if you're adult, to imbibe in some beverages. And they're like,
cocoa.
Do you want to make it boozy? I said, what, am I, a loser? Of course I want to make it boozy. That's what I said. That's what I implied.
That'll be
$37.50.
Yeah,
exactly. All I said was, I'll take
You
some
get to keep the cup, though. You
whiskey.
get to keep the cup.
Yeah, I got four of them in my apartment.
That's where most of the cost is
use.
going. I always do. I'm like, throw the alcohol in there. But it's a little actually better with it, just like your hot cocoa, probably.
Yeah, because it doesn't taste like whiskey.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's enough whiskey to give you even a nip of a buzz.
100%, yep.
It's just enough to ruin your hot cocoa.
I do want to go back to what you were saying, Jordan. I do want to give you credit. You are a very good itinerary and family get-together planner. You make quite the to-do of it. I do not.
Is he there's one person in the family that has to kind of take charge of that. That's Jordan.
Well, at least the Chicago locale with both of us being here. But even honestly, as far as anyone else's itinerary, like granted, some of them might be more like art and like museum related or something like that. But you show a good time. You find good restaurants. You find unique experiences.
Know that I truly don't like to do it. It's not a passion of love or anything. It's just you have to sometimes, and you know.
I'm known for taking everyone to my closest Baker's Square and or whatever regular chain is just around the country.
Cameron, this is just a Denny's.
Yeah, but free pie Wednesday.
Here's my one suggestion for hosting that I know to be true. Nobody wants to make a decision, so just make the decision for them and be like, this is what we're doing, and they'll do it.
You know, that is a lesson I learned at your bachelor party. There was just a lot of chatter because it was kind of like a loose itinerary. We knew we wanted to, do like a Top Golf.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, huh?
Well, yeah.
No cooks.
No cooks, almost kind of, yeah. It was almost a little more of that because Jordan said, I just want everyone to have a good time. And everyone else said, what's Jordan want to do?
Oh, I did exactly what I want to do. I got a big house for everybody to hang out with, and then we could do stuff. Turns out people wanted to know what we were going to do. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I bought the big house, or we got the big house to hang.
That's the best man's job, Cameron.
I relinquished them. I didn't.
But I'm a bad planner. I'm a real bad planner.
Answer me this. What was the most fun? Hanging out in the big house and having fun, or going out?
It was that and Top Golf.
House.
It was pretty much just those two things. Yeah.
Oh, we did other stuff. We ate out,
Oh yeah, all the restaurants.
It's hard to like justify like whatever spending $500 a person for the house and then never being in the house, right?
Yeah,
the first night was straight up hang out in the house and party. That one we had some dedicated house time, but the rest of it was in and out for the most part.
Yeah, but we always ended at the house. It had a pool. It had a basketball hoop in the pool.
Had a hot tub. Had a hot tub.
Had shuffleboard.
Had pool table.
Is shuffleboard like that's an old person's game? No,
yeah,
but it's fun.
I think
no bar shuffleboard.
Oh, the tabletop.
Tabletop, yeah. The outside one is 100%.
That might be called that's meant for
else.
Cruises and old people I've seen from TV. Has anyone ever played it?
There's actually a place called it's like Palms, but it's in Bucktown, Wicker Park, and it's this new sort of Top Golfy type place, but for
shuffleboard,
old people cruise.
Nice
shuffleboard.
I'm sure it's killing. Get yourself a PBR. Get yourself a whatever the hipsters are drinking. Hipsters don't drink anymore. Are there even hipsters? I don't know.
Who can say? I don't leave the house. This is Urban Hermit Jordan.
I don't leave the house very often. Not anymore. It's pretty nice.
Welcome to the cold.
No, that's not true. I leave the house all the time, every day.
That's quite the quick turnaround.
Take my kid to daycare. No, I don't do anything outside the house, but I do leave it. Yeah, I get out there. So I'm back in it. Megan, I'm going to start saying my wife. I'm going to try to keep our names out of it, but it's already too late. Anyway, my wife and I, you guys know her name, but I'm not going to tell it to anybody out there. Not anymore, so don't go back and listen. My spouse and I, we got a walk-in treadmill. We didn't want to bite the bullet on a running one, so I'm going to get back. It's just like a little treadmill that you can walk on, but you can't get to running speed.
This was the talk of the weekend. I was home for the weekend. You did it. You popped on it. You didn't buy it before, and I just was mishearing, though, right? You just got this?
Are there handles?
Yeah, there's a handle up top, but it's it's not like it's really small. Like you can just walk, and it gets up to, I think.
Is this different from like the desk treadmills that like can fit under your desk?
No, I'm thinking.
I think it's just like that. It can go as far as 6 miles per hour.
I've thought about this because now I have a standing desk, and sometimes I do just get like I do notice I work a little slower standing because I'm just tired. But
do you ever sit at your standing desk?
Do I ever elaborate? How?
Do you ever sit at your? I don't know.
Like get a high chair? No. I mean, I lean. I cock my hips to side to side.
Cameron gets a standing desk and buys like a bar stool just so he can like sit at his standing desk.
It's better from a back.
I just want less back support.
I want no back support. That is a terrible thing happening with my chair right now. It's no longer locking in that position, so I have to just sit forward.
Bummer.
It is a bar stool.
I am currently on. I never bought an office chair for back here. I had one in Chicago, so I just have our old dining room set really, really rickety, hard but not sturdy chairs.
Before I got all set up for my work at home stuff, that's what I was using, and it takes a toll on you over time.
Well, Jordan, you only have the chairs because I feel like I have your dining room table.
Yeah, so, I mean, you want to meet in the middle? Do you want the chairs back? One of them's in pretty bad condition. I did notice a screw fall out as I was pulling it up here, and I'm like, I bet it's not that important. Looked like there was there's 3 other ones.
You also assume there's wood glue, and it's like in a peg in a hole situation somewhat, right? For the moment, yeah?
Yeah, my worry is not the screw, but the general quality of the wood. I mean, sure, it's being held up by screw and wood glues, but I think I could break it with my hands.
Because it got called into question this weekend that I took up whittling and soon gave it up, I did think, should I get back into woodworking? I think I need to aim bigger, Jordan. Aim bigger.
You mean like
the next step
like
after whittling is like, I don't know, like you leaning up against like the side of a building with like an apple, and you're like just carving it. Like, you're just like,
definitely as soon as you master
you're saying
the skill.
whittling step 1, being a hobo step 2.
That's
fine. Being a hobo step 2.
I'm saying taking out straight up carpentry, just learning the art of woodworking, all of it.
It seems like that is a big step from whittling.
You're right. Next after whittling's probably chainsaw art, like making bears and stuff, or maybe
Here's what you should do.
Or that ice art.
Buy a well-lacquered, well-finished canoe. Just put it up in your garage and be like, I've been working on this. Just lie to people. Scam them.
Don't hate it.
It was a project me and my dad had back in the,
Cut down the tree ourselves. Sheave the wood. I don't know if that's a term. I'll learn.
If whittling's the equivalent, I think I'd much rather get into becoming a really good cook of some sort. Not baker. Maybe a specific, like bread baking, but I didn't do it during the pandemic, so I'm probably not going to do it. Well,
baker's, it's more of a science, no? Baking.
It's a little more measuring. Cooking, you can eyeball stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah, the same can be said about whittling, but it's just geometry and a skill set, but there's passion. There's heart in there. Come on. The way we would do it.
Jordan, you could care a lot, but you can still add too much baking soda to some bread, and it's going to be weird.
Cameron's getting into whittling, but he left all of his whittling equipment back in my place.
No, I just saw it in the basement, which again got me thinking, should I get back into woodwork?
Your first project, your little penguin, it's still here.
Of the things I bought during the pandemic that I really wanted to use, my soldering kit, haven't soldered a thing. I thought I was going to be putting so many wires and chips and boards together.
Yeah, the soldering community and the whittling community just made buku bucks during the pandemic. They had to.
But not as much as the booze community.
They had my business as well.
I honestly, and hear me out. Have you noticed when you go to a bar or anything, a lot more NA beers? Like a bigger variety of non-alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, it's like a new wave. People just, not drinking as much.
I think that people started drinking heavily during COVID, and a lot of people are like, I can't do this anymore. And I think that there was a demand for them. Now, I don't know if that's true.
I mean, that makes sense.
That's what I
Hear
think.
me out, though. I would much rather just have like a soda and lime or just like a Sprite and then have like a non-alcoholic still tasting like beer.
When I was trying to lose weight,
100%.
I'd rather just drink something else.
Heineken doesn't taste good.
No, but that's the most tasty NA beer because it still tastes like Heineken.
I'll give you that.
Although, hear this out. I was at leading up to my wedding. I was trying to lose weight, or I did lose weight, and I was at a wedding 2 weeks before, and I'm like, I can't take on all these calories. So I got pretty buzzed because my tolerance was lower during the reception. But then the last hour of the night, I just slammed NAs, and I didn't have a hangover in the morning.
I feel like I might still feel like bloated or something with just its contents.
Yeah, like my body didn't feel great probably, but my head felt fine.
Huh. I mean, that makes sense without the alcohol in there. Do you and
Even like a Topo Chico, though, makes me burp and bloated. Yeah.
Well, I think carbonation in general.
That's probably right. It's just air in your tummy.
Yeah, and if you've not had many bubbles in there for a while, it's not going to mix.
Mm-hmm.
Most dangerous bubble drink is probably that one on Willy Wonka.
Fizzy lifting drink?
That's
not real, Jordan. You know that's not based on facts, right?
Oh, no, I bought so much of it from a guy. Would they have just floated out to space had there not been a dangerous fan?
I think so. Yeah. And it doesn't make sense that if they burped that they went higher. You'd think that would lower the altitude of
Wait,
the fizzy
that's how they got
drink.
down. No, that's how they get down.
Burp went down. Burp
Oh,
went
that's how
down.
they came down. Okay, you're
Gotta
right. Yep.
release that. Gotta
Release the
gases.
gas.
I did read the first book. I'm pretty sure in the sequel they go to the moon, or at least I know from the book cover that it's them in space in that elevator.
Ooh, tough way to die.
I think they're having an adventure. I don't think it's like, oh no.
Never read the book. Had some elementary school teacher read it to the class. That's how they should do all books.
That might be how I got.
There we go.
No, actually, I read it.
You read it.
I read it at home either with mom or one of our sisters. I can't remember who. Someone was into it at the time.
I know I've asked this before, but on a flight, sorry, Mark, you can go.
No. Does Grandpa Joe go back to bed when he got back?
Oh, he dies shortly after. You can't just get your circulation
he
pumping
died.
like that and it doesn't move something around your body.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I've been watching a lot of House. I actually have.
accurate.
I want to talk about this. I really think I've entered that stage of my life where I can enjoy a network sitcom, like a network drama. Not like we've all caught episodes of things here and there. We've all seen Bones once or twice. We might have come across.
Cameron's like,
something
let me
else.
talk to you guys about Young Sheldon.
I'm specifically looking for cop or hospital dramas that are more about the copping and the hospitaling than like the outside relationships. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, Cameron's about to call us sheeple.
No, but hear me out
You're
though.
on your way to Fox News at night. You're getting dangerously close.
No, but a lot of the shows that I'm interested in watching, like your Bones, your House, are on the Fox network. But
Cameron's a big fan of Meredith Grey.
I'm not looking for Grey's Anatomy. That's too much relationship stuff. That's too much out of the hospital drama. I'm not looking for. I'm looking for case dramas. On the beat,
Not me at all. Pass, hard pass. And you do watch them with commercials?
Yeah.
Is that, you record them but still watch the commercials?
Oh no, we're just poor now. And we have the Hulu with commercials again. So actually, we do, but it's the same 4 commercials over and over and over. And I'll tell you what, it's not working.
So
Here's that BK. That BK, have it your way.
No, it's all like it's all NFL commercials, kind of.
Oh, because Hulu has sports.
Nothing worse than losing a
That's
bet and
what-
hearing that BK commercial come on.
Where do you rank BK? Let's go top 4. Make it as quick. Reason it out if you want.
There's not a chance we
Top
haven't done this
4.
before, and I'm going to try to get a new order.
It's probably 4. Of
Just give, of the main ones. We're not doing your like Culver's or whatever because those are all better because I use little bit better.
I'm trying to think what 4. I can think of 3.
I mean, McDonald's,
Oh, shit.
Hardee's,
I guess
Wendy's,
you're probably tossing
Hardee's. You're
Chick-fil-A.
showing your Iowa.
Carl's Jr. I'll call it whatever. It's fine. Same food.
I'm back into the land of Hardee's, and I haven't been there probably since college.
The only thing that I think
burger.
I guess the thick burgers are good.
Too
now.
thick burger, if you ask me.
Frisco sandwich.
You got the Frisco sandwich though.
Ooh, you had the Frisco sandwich. I don't think it exists anymore.
I'm almost positive it does because Mark and I were just talking about it for some reason. Was it you and me a couple weeks ago? Yeah.
Was it you two in a drive-through at Hardee's getting Frisco burgers?
I came up at like band practice, I think, for some reason. Just it's a fine sandwich from that. It's a breakfast sandwich. I think ham and cheese.
I think it's just ham and cheese.
Yeah,
Cool
yeah,
name,
I think
though.
so. Yeah, pretty cool. Sourdough bread,
Pretty
though.
cool.
Well,
Sourdough, San Francisco sourdough.
Oh, is that what that is?
Is that what that
is? Yeah.
That's what that means?
oh wow.
Yeah, I think that's why it's called
Frisco.
the Frisco burger, like San Francisco sourdough bread. I don't know if that's true.
On the heels of Catch Me If You Can, do you guys want to hear a real person flying around without documents?
Sure.
I don't know how
We
this.
know about Harrison Ford.
Well, he does as he will. So this is a
Yeah, but he's on the radar as he's coming in, hard landings.
This is coming to us from.
Get off my runway.
Sir, this is your plane. A Russian man flew to Los Angeles without a passport or ticket, but he's being charged with a federal crime. So this isn't a harmless thing.
What type of airplane are we talking about?
I think your
Like a
regular
small
like
engine?
it's a Scandinavian Airlines flight 931. That doesn't tell me what it is. But a Russian man flew from Denmark to Los Angeles in November without a passport or ticket. And when questioned about it, he told authorities he didn't remember how he got through his security in Europe. So he definitely snuck in somehow. Let's see what else we got here.
Sounds like a little Home Alone 2 situation. Thought his dad was on the flight, and it was just the same guy in the same Eddie Bauer trench coat.
Same.
Oh, I got a hot take on Home Alone 2 specifically.
Sure.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be great if, as an adult, you could just leave your family and go on a solo vacation, just like Kevin did?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet for him. Sounds like things are tough at home.
It's definitely pre 9/11 situation going on.
I'm just saying, back then you
Home Alone
didn't have a cell phone. They couldn't get a hold of you. Just assume you're abducted and be like,
just
I'm
had
in
a
New
talk
York.
boy.
Yeah, just a talk boy. The great thing is you don't even have to worry about credit card fraud because you can just use your own credit cards.
Your dad's.
Well, no, I'm saying the adult. They're just, I missed the flight. I get to leave my family. I'm going to New York while you're going to
Let's say,
way to follow up Paris, you dipshits.
Let's say you are in a Home Alone situation. How old is he there? Like 11, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's like 7 or 6.
How would you fare?
Couldn't
just
be.
8. I think he's 8. I think he says it.
8 years old.
I'm 8 years old.
How would
Yeah.
you fare just being dropped in New York City? Let's say you have a credit card. I'm definitely not scamming my way into a hotel.
Oh, I'm about to try to get as many slices of pizza pie and then I'll die that night.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to pretty much just be getting food and then sleeping in Central Park and being tooken.
Yeah. I might make a friend or something in the toy store. Be like, hey, you want to hang out tonight or something? I'd probably just get into somebody else's family.
It's not a pigeon lady. That's
It
for
is,
sure.
but it's like totally not a good way. Not a good pigeon person.
Yeah.
I think there's only one good pigeon person. And
She only treats her
it's
pigeons
Susan
with
Boyle.
respect.
Let me see. John Wick. He's a pigeon person. Not him, but Lawrence Fishburne's character.
Lawrence Fishburne, yeah. But he's got other things going on. It's not just all pigeons.
Let's see. Hey Arnold. I might be thinking of the Rat King or something.
You are.
But
No, you are. There's a pigeon guy.
Let's just say
What
that-
level of homeless do you have to be to become a pigeon person?
Not coming back home.
Yeah.
Cut my ties.
And not
Got a
coming
new
back.
life as a pigeon person.
yeah, like if you had the options, you're like, no, my life's better here now with the birds.
I think that's better though than like just being. I mean, at least you got something to do. It's probably better than like just being a heroin addict, right?
Well, in a downer,
Well, I think she still was.
Yeah, that's true.
we don't know what
We
got her to
didn't.
this.
We didn't see her the other 23.
We just saw her with the
hours of
pigeons,
the day. Yeah, we just saw.
Something leads you to that point.
Yeah.
Is it better or
Hey, but
worse?
she was,
I hear.
she was watching plays, right? She was seeing the opera.
Yeah, she was sneaking
had
up to
stuff
the best
do.
of the best.
Yeah, there's no way that, and this is no shade at the unhoused, but this is shade at people that hang around with birds. You will have a noticeable scent.
Oh, you have
And
to.
I don't think that even in the attic of an opera house you would go unnoticed.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, her character in the movie does have bird shit all over her, right?
Yeah, she's pretty covered in bird shit.
Yeah, okay. That doesn't go without a fine scent.
Ooh, here's a
That
quick
doesn't go without
question.
a scent. You're right.
I have thought about this a lot. Living in Chicago as long as I did, and you guys do. You see pigeons everywhere, but there's downtown pigeons. There's at the beach pigeons. There's in your neighborhood pigeons. What kind of pigeon are you,
Jordan, I'm going to blow your mind real quick, though. I think those are all the same pigeons, man, just in different places.
Hand up. Never seen a baby pigeon. Never seen a baby pigeon.
This is not the first time I've heard you bring up this
No.
theory. I'm not.
Me or Mark?
I've never looked for one.
I've never looked for one.
I'll
either,
say that.
but
I mean, how often do you see a baby bird, though? How many baby birds have you seen in your life?
a lot of baby birds.
Really? I don't know if I've seen more than
Robin's
five
eggs.
like hatched eggs just in the wild in my life of like gross.
I've seen more like crushed eggs that have fallen from like a nest.
Yeah, sure.
Sad to see.
I've definitely seen more of those. I'm saying
I've seen like dead baby birds. Like, oh, they didn't. Like not like by my hands. Just like sometimes you're walking, you're like,
No.
oh, that's a dead.
says
baby.
Jordan as he
That's sad.
throws eggs against his garage door.
No, I'm talking about like developed but not complete. Like they hatched, but it's
Could you
like oh,
cook
they didn't make
a
it.
robin's egg?
I believe you, as long as it's not passed or not
mean, after-
fertilized, I think you could
yeah,
cook any old egg.
Yeah.
Have you? I think I've had quail egg. It's the only I think.
I think restaurants use quail eggs, in little fancy designs.
I've seen wild cooking shows use
Not
ostrich
just
egg,
fancy-
just
fancy.
giant old ostrich eggs.
Yeah, there's like
Okay,
a sushi restaurant out in the suburbs that they do like a quail egg shots with like
Yep.
soy sauce and like some chili flakes, and it's not good. It's not good.
yeah, it's a slimy mess.
I think I'm turning
Slimy
on things like oysters and just I think I'm over it.
they're not my favorite, but my wife likes them so much that I appease her. So I do it. But you know what makes an oyster, a clam, a mussel? Just
This feels about to be profound.
Exponentially better.
The bottomless drinks with that brunch.
No, you just grill it or fry it and season it, and it's just way better. It's
or you just choose the salmon instead of the slimy crustacean.
I went to Maine a couple months ago. Got myself a lobster at market price.
I want to buy you a lobster dinner.
It'll cost you $48 at least a month ago for the lobster. And I'll tell you what, after I cracked it open and picked out all of its stuff, it was like 3 bites of lobster.
Lobster or crab? I think we've said this before, but I think I said crab back in the day because I was doing a bunch of seafood boils with my wife. But
crab is tastier, but it's much harder.
It's so hard to get out. I've gotten much better at it, but it's work.
Mark, you're a crawfish guy? Just suck the head.
I want to
crawdad. I call them crawdads.
Hey, of course you do. I want to be able to eat them. I just can. I don't know what to do.
You just do your best.
And I don't like that.
I'm like sucking on things that I shouldn't be sucking on. And
see, that's what I'm doing. And everyone's just like, just suck that head. I'm like, what do you mean? That's like gross.
What do you mean suck the head?
Yeah, I just want
I will say this because I think it is wildly easy to prepare. I do want to do sometime a crawfish boil. You know, like the corn, the ham, like just in a big pot with all the seafood and stuff.
Mm-hmm. We once did a seafood boil, but we dumped just like a bunch of different types of seafood in a pot and just cooked it for the same way too long time. And
I really think it only takes like 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's not what we did. We did like an hour.
Yeah. Well,
you end up with some rough.
Mark, you were there. It was at the last apartment. You remember the seafood boil?
Oh my god, I do remember the seafood boil.
It smelled like just horrid fish.
Well, sounds like you guys were on your way. You get some crawdads in there?
We did. We had crawdads. We had shrimpies. We had corn. I can't remember what else we had for the seafood. I think we had
quick fire. Are we jambalaya or are we gumbo? I know my answer. I'm open.
What goes in the white rice?
What?
That is gumbo. Nope. Let's figure it out.
Is that etouffee?
I wasn't prepared for the buttholes.
But we thought you were a character expert.
I want to say gumbo, a little sausage in there.
Jambalaya is much more like paella.
Okay.
Gumbo is what goes in the white rice, Mark.
That's what I think. I prefer a gumbo then.
I myself am, and this has always happened to us. I'm Edward. You're the wolf. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Jacob.
I'm a jambalaya guy. Yes, Jacob. Jacob the wolf.
Jacob.
I'm gonna go gumbo, I guess.
Ooh, and then what's etouffee?
More important, spell that for me.
It's very French.
Anyone had escargot?
Ooh, etouffee is like the same thing.
It all looks like the same. It's the same.
I can't tell, and listeners out there, don't correct us because it doesn't matter.
Please
it's
don't.
Not doing you anything. It's not doing us anything. If you're listening, just yell at somebody that you don't know that's not us.
Yeah, you tell them.
To me, etouffee looks like jambalaya. Nope, sorry. Etouffee looks like gumbo.
Cameron, what was your question?
It's hard to escape my brain. What were we just talking about? Jambalaya.
Creole.
Just Creole stuff. Did you see this a couple of months ago? I'm going to bring this up. There's a New Orleans Saint running rookie this year, and they were at his opening press conference, like when he signed or in spring training or something. And they're like, what do you think about beignets? And he goes, beignets? Yeah, I don't know much about beignets. To me, where I'm from, we just call it funnel cake. And they're like, oh, you shouldn't say that. But I kind of heard him out, and he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
It is kind of just funnel cake.
Everyone has their fried dough with sugar on it.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone has their cheese bread. Everyone has that. We have churros, except for the Jews. I don't know if the Jews have anything.
I don't know why, elephant
sure
ears.
They have something.
It's just a big slab of.
I did. Yep. Why do I feel like I didn't hear of an elephant ear until like 4 years ago?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't realize what that was. I don't know.
Is that just a beignetti?
It's another beignetti.
It's another beignetti.
Where do you land on them? Which one's your favorite though? I like funnel cake. Funnel cake's fun to it's shareable. But are we counting churros?
It doesn't quite feel in the same category, but if you'd like, you can count churros. Churros would show up at similar places.
Fried dough covered in sugar.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm picking beignets because I've only had them in New Orleans, and it's like, oh, that's more fun. And I've had funnel cakes a lot more places.
Yeah, that's
that
fair.
aren't as fun.
That's fair.
Those food trucks at fairs that say like fresh lemonade, some of the best lemonade you can get. No,
Oh, it's so much sugar.
It's great.
so much.
Yeah,
sugar.
but it's tart enough.
I wonder about those
you
like
gotta be tart.
like the carny carts that show up at like Riot Fest in Chicago. Like, do they just go to like different like festivals and then are they part of a fair? Are they part of a traveling circus cart? Like, are they freelance? Like, where are they getting them?
Yeah, where do you order something like that?
Where
do I go?
I feel like the generic ones that just say like cotton candy on them and stuff like that probably travel in the circuit. But then like a food truck at festivals is
Sure.
different.
That's restaurant owned.
Now where do they come from? I don't know.
Follow up question: you guys want to buy a lemonade portable semi truck thing?
No.
Okay.
Did you guys ever do that as like a kid?
Work a concession?
Lemonade stand?
Oh no.
The closest we did, Ragbri, if you're not familiar with Ragbri, is in the state of Iowa. Thousands of people ride their bikes across the state of Iowa. Check it out, Google it. I'm not going to go into more detail. Came through our hometown, which was a big deal at the time, and it always is in small towns. And we put up a Gatorade and water stand outside of the dealership, my grandparents' dealership, and we made like $200. It was the most money I had ever gotten to lay my hands on at that time.
What I remember about that day is all day mom was like, Cameron, you need to put sunblock on. It's like 90 degrees and you're just kind of going around shirtless a lot as a chubby little...
Yeah, but Cameron was just oiling up. He's like, just got to get my base layer, Mom. Just got to get my base layer.
And I remember going back to the cabin later just red as a lobster, but still had time to swim in Lake Delhi. You know, it wasn't going to stop me. It hurt, but it wasn't going to stop me.
That's the closest I've done to a lemonade stand to the best of my knowledge. Mark, what do you got?
No, I think that's about right. Like, you always mark it up too as a kid. It's like $2 for like a little shooter. People are pissed. They barely quench their thirst.
A little in our defense, though, we're also living in a cul-de-sac out in the country, so our customers...
Tough to get to.
Yeah, we're just neighbors, really.
Oh, boy. Mark lives in town. You could have done it with him. Team on up.
Yeah, I mean, I could have posted up somewhere.
Where
but
there's a will, there's a way.
It's just
like
your neighbor
something
coming
you
over,
would've
giving you
done.
like $5, and that's kind of your lot for the day.
It's never been anything I've ever wanted to do, though. I would see it in TV and like Disney Channel movies and stuff, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a lot of work.
A lot of work.
If you were a kid during COVID and you weren't scared of getting COVID, you probably could have set up like a beer stand and made a killing.
It's true. Do I need a liquor license for that?
I mean, technically, yeah, but during COVID, you didn't.
The good old days.
Now kids are just out there like with like NA Heineken stands.
So what's the rule on that? Can you drink NA beers and drive? I don't know,
I would suppose so. There's no alcohol in it. I think when you get pulled over, you're still going to get a hard time by the cop.
You're gonna reek of skunky pills.
Yeah, and you're going to have like what they think is an open container.
You may not get a DUI or OWI, but they're going to find something.
You're probably going to get taken in, and then it will be explained later, but you're gonna get hassled for it.
Imagine like 10 empty NAs in the back, just like, and you're reeking of like
just skunk Heineken,
just skunk Heineken beer.
What is that? There is no such thing as skunk Heineken.
It's just Heineken.
Jordan, did you just?
What's your thought though? I feel like a skunky beer sometimes. I'm in the mood. Sometimes I'm in it.
I'm usually an IPA, but I've kind of been on a Shiner box
as he twists his mustache.
It's curling him. It's gross and curling in my mouth right now. This is for me and not for you.
I actually really dislike IPAs. I just don't.
I like them nice and hoppy. Hippity hoppity.
Oh, thank you. Well, do you want to know what I found out? Because I have to get up now because I have a kid and take him to daycare and then go to work. I found out that daylight saving gives you more sun in the morning. And I've always heard about it, but I sure as fuck never saw it.
You were just on the darkness comes
difference.
quicker side of it. I see.
Yep. I think I got this. Excuse me. You nearly adopted the dog, but I was born in it.
Well, that one got away from you.
Hold on.
It's like Professor Lee.
Turned into the Joker at the end there. You went crazy.
I can't do it at all. I can't do it anymore. But you got, Bane.
I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of it. The sun going down at 4 p.m.
No, it's pretty
it
terrible
sucks.
as an adult just because, like, I wake up, I see the sun, I go to work, and then it's gone by the time I'm done working.
We're not farmers. Let's get rid of daylight savings.
So there's a big debate out there every time it happens on the news. Is it
Every time.
Are we going to get rid of
it's
every time?
Every time.
You know what, though? Sometimes some states are like, yeah, fuck it, we're done. We're done with this.
Yeah,
It does,
Arizona,
everyone,
Indiana,
yeah.
they're like, fuck it.
It did happen.
They're called assholes. You're getting it wrong. That's not the answer. You can't
I don't understand how
secede
that
from
works,
daylight
actually.
saving.
They just don't. So
Yeah. All it does is screw their citizens because they're.
So 7 o'clock is 7 o'clock, like a half hour away, and then just like someone's late to work every day.
Yeah.
I guess I
Hey,
don't
Tom,
understand.
we
that.
do 7 o'clock my time here. Okay, buddy?
Yeah.
My time.
There's obviously people that live on the border and are getting wildly screwed.
Who
Probably
fucked us?
like-
Is that Ben Franklin?
I
He fucked
believe
us in the ass?
so. At least I've heard people say that before. I don't know that to be true.
Ooh, I'm pretty sure that Ben Franklin probably fucked a bunch of stuff in the ass. Not just us, but like
Yeah.
lots of people. He was a man about town, right? World traveler.
He was a saucy guy.
Not to say that I know anything that he was into that, but I'm sure that he, you know.
I mean,
Did you guys know Edison
prostitutes and fucked
didn't
them in the
create
ass?
the
Sorry,
light bulb? Just he was the man to mass manufacture it.
yeah, I've heard that.
You'll find when you look into creators or inventors, it's a lot of.
You'll find looking at Thomas Edison that he was a pretty bad person that just stole patents from people with his patenting company and tried to suppress
Edison.
Oh yeah, and tried to suppress
wow.
technology. Just look into the whole Tesla Edison thing.
Yeah, we lived it though. Who's going to get credit for the iPhone, the smartphone? It's not going to be the people that assembled and made it. It's going to be Steve Jobs. You know what I mean?
but
Well, who knows
Edison
the names
was-
of all those small, young Chinese children?
Not Steve
He
Jobs.
sure did.
Nope, he doesn't.
No, none of us do.
Who? That could have been their last name.
Did you guys ever see there were 2 Steve Jobs movies out, or possibly up to 3. I can't remember.
One's good and one's bad. One's got Ashton Kutcher. I'm Steve Jobs, and the other one's good, or at least respectable.
Is Michael Fassbender the other one?
Michael Fassbender.
I
Yeah.
think I only saw Ashton Kutcher's.
You put a white guy in a
Maybe the right
turtleneck
choice.
and some glasses, I think he just kind of looks like Steve Jobs. I mean, I could look like Steve Jobs, I think.
You'd think, but Ashton Kutcher still looked like Ashton Kutcher. You're like, nice try, just because you put on a turtleneck and glasses. No offense. He's Iowa bred, born or something.
Although Michael Fassbender,
still-
transformative.
Sure.
Hanukkah. Let's talk Hanukkah.
Sure.
Where are we at? Have we started? Have we ended?
Oh, Mark.
I never know.
Day
we're
5.
we're
Day
near-
5.
we're past midway. You know.
Might be even.
I think it's day
Maybe
6.
Yesterday was day 5. I haven't lit the menorah yet today. I will probably light it after this.
I haven't done it yet at home. I was gone over the weekend, so I'll start tonight. I think I have enough candles
I
to
like
start
to-
now and make it to the end. Actually.
Yeah, what do you have to
I mean,
catch
you
up?
should.
You have to just light a few.
Oh no, I'm just saying I don't have enough
No,
candles
it's
to do
just-
the whole shebang. But I think it now
Oh,
starting
yeah.
as late as I have, I might be able to finish.
I like to take pictures and update the family, Mark, but I'll get you in on this. I like to include our Christmas tree in the background with our menorah. It's kind of my thing. If I can't get a
like
picture.
one's kind of like blurry, and you're kind of focusing on the menorah. Is what you're doing?
Oh, sounds like somebody's hacked my phone. You got it. That's exactly what I do. I gotta find it though. I don't know if I have it anymore.
Now, Cameron, are you giving Hanukkah presents? I don't even know if that's a thing.
No, I have. Well, of course, it's a thing. You get 8 nights of presents.
Okay.
I gave you presents. The last year I lived in the house, I did 8 nights of presents. They were small dollar store gifts that have since.
I was about to say just small weed bags.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, it was mostly garbage essentially that I gave to you, like different forms of plastic. But no, not this year. I mean, we're doing the Christmas experiences. I already just jumped the gun on the gifts, but I'll light the candles.
That's
I've got
a nice
a
tree,
ruined
Jordan.
Yeah, pretty nice tree. But if you've noticed, no bulbs because we didn't want to have to deal with a bunch of broken bulbs.
What does that mean?
It means we normally decorate with like
The Christmas
colorful
tree
bulbs
like,
as well, like glass bulbs.
Oh,
But it just seemed like it would be a nightmare, so we're probably like 4 years away from bulbs again.
Okay.
LEDs.
Or we'll have to get Oh no, not the lights. The lights are plastic, but I mean like
He's
decorative,
talking like the balls you hang on your tree, your red and silver balls and stuff. Just decorations.
Oh, got
The
it.
ones that
Ornaments
as
is what they're
adults-
called, Jordan.
No, okay. We have ornaments. We have tons of ornaments, but the ones that even as an adult you're like, oh, this is super fragile in my strong hand, and if I just tap it, it's going to shatter. Well, we avoided that this year with our child.
As of now, we're avoiding that by we just haven't decorated yet. I don't know when
It's almost too late. It's at this point. It's just
that
like
thoughts crossed my mind.
Ooh.
watch some movies. Call it
Hear me
call
out.
it a day.
I floated this out to my wife, and I thought it'd be a weird but fun tradition. We only decorate on Christmas Eve, so they wake up to Christmas decorations, but no other time. Obviously, it's insane, but what do you guys think?
I mean, for the movie-esque magical scene of them coming down,
it would be pretty
that's
sweet.
pretty cool, but like the sadness of all December pretending it's not coming, they'll know.
No, you don't. I don't know. You can play it how you want. Like, we just aren't decorating this year, and then they wake up Christmas morning, you're like, oh.
You're saying you just do that one year? Because like, or I thought that you were to make this a tradition, so you're just going to say that every year?
I don't know. Play it how you want it, but here's what they would hear on Christmas Eve. Not the sounds of hooves on the roof, but it's like, Jesus, fuck, crap, this is awful. Like, just him. It's like, do you want to do this or don't you? It'd be a whole lot
I
of
guess
that.
from a logistics standpoint, that's a lot to do in one night. You know, that's a lot to get done.
It'd be tough. I almost feel like you'd have to pre-decorate it in a hiding place and try to carry it up the stairs as best you can, completely decorated.
School of Rocket and just drag a whole Christmas tree out of the closet.
Oh, one of the funniest things I saw when we got our Christmas tree a handful of years ago, I think we got it from like a Menards or Lowe's or something like that. And as we were picking out our tree, there was a display tree. And a guy comes up with a worker, like a customer, and he points at it, and they just cellophane wrapped the entire tree that was decorated. And I saw a guy walk out with that. I'm like, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, I see that. You see that in movies when he's like, I need this now.
Yeah, that's like the last honey ham. Like there had to have been other trees in boxes for that man to grab.
I got my hand way up.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Last honey ham, last turkey. You guys ever run into that? You ever run into a grocery store anywhere close to the holidays and there been a shortage?
No, because well, one, there's always a bunch, but two, I mean, I feel like most people, I usually at least shop a little before. If anything, I'm running for last minute like side stuff, you know.
Well, if my daughter Blair's coming back from the Peace Corps in Africa from Christmas to Cranks, I'm not getting her a honey ham. This is last minute, Blair.
No,
you don't deserve to come back.
Charcuterie.
We're on vacation. We'll see you on vacation.
But you always decorate. Yeah. Who cares? That's fine. You're out of the house.
Who cares? We don't now. You're an adult.
And you were always here. Now you're in the Peace Corps. Things change.
Yeah, we're different people.
Go back and see the CCP Christmas with the Cranks to find out what we're talking about.
Yeah, hot take. I like the movie.
It was different. I'd never seen it before our podcast, so it surprised me.
I'm glad you bring this
up. And I had super low expectations.
That's true. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad you bring this up because over the weekend I tried to play Deck the Halls thinking it's your same caliber of like...
Is that Joe Pesci?
That is Danny DeVito and I'm spacing on Ferris Bueller's name. Matthew Broderick. But Jordan's hatred of Matthew Broderick I feel like kind of stopped it a little bit. Also, everyone else wasn't feeling it.
It was a tough time to watch it though. So like watch it this week and let me know what you think.
Pass. It was a background filler for the moment.
What do you... Okay, I'm sure we've done this on a million different podcasts, but we're in the Christmas season. What's one Christmas movie you've been holding out on that you're like, I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to get to it? What's the one you're still holding out on?
I think
that's a good question.
I think the one I'm building up this year, and honestly, I haven't really watched that much Christmas stuff, and I've been super busy, so I haven't had a lot of time. But I think I'm going to let it be Muppet Christmas Carol this year.
That I was about to say the same thing, Cameron.
It's a pretty big nostalgic one. I've burned out a lot of other ones, but I've given that one at least kind of some time. I mean, we did it for the podcast.
You know what's nice is Hulu and like Netflix. They have this
Hulu days.
Where you can like actually go and sift through like the Office Christmas episodes and How I Met Your Mother Christmas episodes, and like you can just search through Christmas episodes. It's kind of nice.
I'm glad you brought that up. I've been sleeping on Christmas TV episodes. I'm normally a Halloween guy. I think we kind of all are. I think it's a better product.
Sure.
But I delved in because of that to some Modern Family Christmas episodes. I'm like, it's not too bad. I like that. And I hadn't really done that as much either. But
it's a lot easier to watch it out if you're sitting down for like a meal or something, just a half hour watch.
Yeah, it's like a half hour.
My only complaint with that feature is they don't have more, you know? Dive back into older sitcoms and stuff. It's all pretty modern shows right now, but I love it.
They probably don't have like Simpsons or like Family Guy type
Disney
stuff.
Plus covers you with like all Simpson holiday, really all holiday things, but...
There's only 2 Simpsons Halloween specials I really like. Santa's Helper one.
That's a good one.
Bart Lies About Christmas. He burns down their tree. And then there's that weird
Gary
one
Coleman?
with Gary Coleman that's fucking really funny.
I don't know. It's a gizmo thing. It's like a mix between.
It's like Gift of the Magi one,
Well,
right?
it's like a Gremlins thing, kind of,
burns
I
down.
think.
Gremlins, yeah. Oh, speaking of this, Mark, unlike Cameron, I have been watching so many Christmas movies that Megan and I my wife and I, our son was down for a nap. We put on Gremlins, and it's not a Christmas movie, but damn if the first half isn't. You know what I mean?
Aesthetically, again.
Up until Gremlins start popping out.
I'm not. Here's the thing: it might not be a Christmas movie, but it's still something you watch in the wintertime. You still watch it in December, even if it's not giving you your Christmas.
I mean, let's not get into this.
All right. I'm not baiting you. I'm not baiting you.
Started
I'm just saying
It's a
I'm
Wonderful
soft.
Life. Is that a Christmas movie? Probably not until the last 30 minutes. But it is. You watch it every Christmas Eve.
But you did the reverse. This is like the first 30 minutes, and then it's a horror movie. So I don't know. Having that said, mine is It's a Wonderful Life. I can't wait to watch it. I don't know if I will or not.
That's a good one, too. For some reason, that always feels like I have to watch it, and it always does come on Christmas Eve. They always do some sort of a marathon on TBS or something.
Yep.
One that they always overplay, though, and I think Cameron, you might agree with this, is the A Christmas Story.
Oh, it got burnt out years ago. I haven't honestly seen it in years.
I really got. I mean, I loved it as a kid, but I got burnt out.
You don't have to queue it up because you'll just end up seeing. You'll end up seeing all the good scenes
throughout a week,
the day before Christmas.
Or something. Yeah,
throughout the week.
I think cable and streaming they're doing it with Christmas Vacation. It's on all the time now. It's on too much.
Oh, that is a classic for me.
Yeah.
One that makes the list. I'll say this: How the Grinch Stole Christmas is my equivalent of Halloween, Ichabod Crane, Legend of Sleepy Hollow, where I do like to fit in those little cartoon shorts.
But I
thought you were talking Jim Carrey. Hot take. I think it's panned way too much.
Oh,
I think it's fine.
You're fine.
I'm not for it, but I think they give it a 1.5 star on all the.
I mean, it's definitely better than Cat in the Hat and other Dr. Seuss's retros.
True,
but
yeah.
What I don't like about it is what I don't like about the Polar Express. You take this shortened book and you create this
magical movie with amazing CGI.
They're making a prequel to it.
Sure.
Of the Polar Express?
Yep. It's just
Really?
called Hanks.
Oh, you want to hear a fun little theory I heard about the Polar Express? This is just actually because of fun Easter eggs, but in the background of the engine in the Polar Express, there's a flux capacitor that the animators threw in. So people are theorizing actually maybe they just take people to the South Pole and the North Pole and the past, and that's why it looks so magical and everything's so old.
I mean,
isn't he on a train in the third one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that's true.
That might just be the Polar Express.
I keep seeing fake previews for Back to the Future 4 starring Tom Holland, and they're just taking. It's one of those things where they just take sound bites and random frames from other movies.
It's fan made or fan fiction.
Yeah, but the new one I'm seeing, people
Yeah.
are using AI to do face swapping stuff too with Tom Holland to make him look more like Michael J. Fox, and it kind of looks like it could be cool if it was real.
You just can't do it. To me, there's some people that are classics, and it's not a franchise. Like, Marty McFly is not Batman. He can't be anybody. He's just.
Well, here's the theory that I've been seeing with this one.
He's Marty McFly's son.
It's Marty McFly Jr. and someone's gone into the past and changed something. They have to change it back, essentially. So he'd be going back to all three movies to correct things.
I'm in the camp that you can't catch magic in a bottle twice. How do you feel? Can you update
I agree.
it?
I'm just saying as
and
far
if so,
as...
give me one example that works.
The last Ghostbusters remake.
Yeah, but that was just a nostalgia grab. They made a CGI Harold
Right,
Ramis,
and that's what this one would be. Only it's
heartstrings.
Michael J. Fox CGI walking.
Yeah, well, tell me what. They're making another one of those Ghostbusters. Tell me if that one holds up. This in the same universe from the last one.
If it's that, yeah, it might.
Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I got a question for you because I've been thinking about this, especially since we do, our main podcast, the Cult Classics podcast. Go out and check our Christmas lineup when you have time. In the last, let's say, 10 years, what's a modern-day Christmas movie that you watch? Because a lot of them are turning 20 years this year. Elf is turning 20 years. Love Actually is turning 20 years.
Recently, 8-Bit Christmas seemed like it was a really big hit.
Dude, Did you watch
Yeah, it was fine.
though?
It was okay.
I'm saying ones that you watched that you'll continue to watch.
Klaus just came out not too long ago. We're going to be doing that for CCP, but
That's 2019.
is it? Oh shit.
Yeah, it's 2019. But that's like the
No,
the
but
last 10
to your
years.
point, that's like pretty recent. I just caught the last half of the Jim Carrey animated Christmas Carol.
Not bad.
Ooh, I like that one.
It's the animation is scary to me though.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, it's scary. But outside of Muppet Christmas Carol and the Mickey stuff, Scrooge is a terrifying story. It's a ghost story.
It's a ghost story. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Go listen to I'm
It's a
Not
ghost
Crazy
story
for
of
Christmas
change
Ghost
or you're
Stories.
going to hell. Yeah, I mean it's scary stuff. I don't think that this is new enough. I actually think it's too old. But I would say
Arthur Christmas.
Arthur Christmas, but that's 2011. That's not like super new.
I mean, Spirited a few years ago, they tried with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. Still haven't seen it, actually.
You know,
oh yeah, that one's okay.
It kind of goes hand in hand with just even Christmas music, Christmas songs. Like,
I think
rarely do you
Ariana
get a new
Grande is
song.
the most recent, right?
Yeah. Santa Tell Me or whatever, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just it's hard to create a classic like that for some reason.
I agree, but I like people than trying because most musicians, if you're a popular artist, they all have Christmas music and original Christmas songs. And a lot of people, I don't know how often they make Christmas movies anymore, but like Vince Vaughn, like 20 years ago, has got 2 kind of misses for, I just want people to try again.
Hallmark is
I was about to say,
pumping now.
streaming is actually
Yeah,
pumping out a bunch of cheap garbage. So you got that.
Many apologies to the listeners that watch it. I did not count any of those, so that wasn't on my radar. So yeah, if those are if that's what you're into, cool. But I did. Yeah, I'm talking like real movies.
With that today, should we wrap it up for this week, boys? Well, thanks for listening to the Urban Hermit Podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Rate and review. If you want more content, check out Cold Classics Podcast, I'm Not Crazy, and the Highwire Podcast. Until then, we'll check you on the next one. Bye.